Hello everyone, how's it going? A warm welcome to IELTS Writing Fix. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get a 7 plus on 50% of your essay, so that's half of your marks, in under 5 minutes. We're going to learn how to plan, we're going to learn what task response means and how to get it just by planning, and we're going to learn coherence and cohesion. We're actually going to plan the essay down to the sentence level before you write anything. This is going to give you lots of confidence. You can imagine yourself walking into the exam, sitting down, seeing the question, and knowing that you can plan and answer that question and get the 7 plus that you need, or indeed if you need a 6, you can get that as well. There is a PDF I've made. The link is in the description. The PDF will give you more questions and practice exercises. Good things for you to do so that you know you can do all the skills on this exam. Now sometimes some of these skills you might think, oh, that looks easy. But the idea is for you to be instantly trained to go through the process of planning, because then you know you've covered the essay. If you just go in and start writing, you have no plan, you go off. So we're going to make sure that you organize yourself and you can write a great essay. So let's get going. Let's take a look at the 5 simple steps we need to do when we start an essay. Now this system is foolproof. It'll make sure that if you go through it, you'll definitely get your mark. So make them a habit by getting the PDF and practicing them so that you're very good at them. They're very simple, but they're also very powerful, and I would say I've seen at least 50% of my students making these mistakes when they first come to me. So try them, you'll see how they work. The first thing we want to do is circle the key words. Now, it sounds like a really easy thing to do, but why is this important? Because a lot of students read the question and say, oh, okay, I got it, and then start writing their essay. But the essay goes off topic. And if you're off topic and not on point, you're definitely going to lose marks for task response. We're going to look more in detail in another video at why this task response is so important. So we're going to circle the key words, and then we're going to find the key instruction, and we're going to look at an example after I give you this list. So what is the question asking me to do? What's the one thing I need to focus on? And you must make sure that your essay doesn't go off and talk about something different. So we're going to look at that in a minute. We're going to write the keywords down and write that key instruction point down. And then you're going to go back and read the question again and double check that you've got the right points, because your whole essay is going to be written around these points. Okay, so here's our example. Technology allows people to work remotely. What are the keywords here? Technology and remotely. Okay, good, we got that. Now, do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? What is the key word there? It's not just say what the disadvantages and the advantages are. You must say if one outweighs the other one. So an easy way to understand that is, which one would you choose? Would you choose to do it or not do it? So if the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, it means it's a good thing for you to do. So we have our keywords, technology and remotely, and our key instruction, outweigh. So now we're going to take a look at the essay plan. We have an easy, simple essay plan, it looks, but there's a key question. So we have an introduction, we have paragraph 1, we have paragraph 2, and we have conclusions. Now, let's say we put paragraph 1 is going to be advantages and paragraph 2 is going to be disadvantages. Where are you going to write about whether or not one outweighs the other? If you haven't thought about it, it's very easy to forget it and skip it. But if you put it in the plan and you decide where to put it, you'll remember to do it. So your essay is not just saying, here's some advantages and here's some disadvantages. So there's a few places we can put it. You could put it at the end of paragraph 2, because then you're finished with paragraph 1 advantages and you're finished with disadvantages, and you can put it at the bottom of paragraph 2. or you can put it in the conclusion. Either way is fine. Make sure you write it in there somewhere. Okay, the second paragraph structure we can work with is introduction, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, conclusion, but this time in paragraph 1 you're going to put your advantage and your disadvantage in paragraph 1. So one advantage and one disadvantage together, and they should be related so you can compare them. Then at the bottom of paragraph 1 you can say if that advantage outweighs that disadvantage, and then you can do the same thing for paragraph 2. Another advantage and another disadvantage, and does one outweigh the other? And then in the conclusion you can say overall, do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? I like this second structure because it really clearly shows the examiner that you understood that the question is asking you, does one outweigh the other? A lot of students will just write and go off topic. So if you have a plan, put the outweigh at the bottom of paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and then the overall in the conclusion. You'll make sure you get your marks for that. Okay, let's take a look at paragraph structure 2 in more detail. Now, the introduction, I suggest you do one topic sentence and one thesis. There are no marks for long introductions, but you do need to explain why one outweighs the other in a lot of detail inside your paragraph. The better you do that, the higher your mark. It's not a question of the longer your introduction is, the better your mark. The introduction just says, what is the topic? Here's my thesis, and then you start into paragraph 1. Now, what does paragraph 1 look like? We have a quick topic sentence, and then we go right in and start explaining the advantage and give an example. We explain the disadvantage and give an example, and then we say one or two sentences as to whether or not the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, and then we need a summary or concluding sentence. So those are very similar, but it's a nice package and it's very easy to follow for the examiner, and it logically makes sense, and you're asking the question. That's how you get better marks on the exam. Do the same thing for paragraph 2, and then in the conclusion, say what the outcome of paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 were, and then say which one outweighs. Okay, now why does this plan give you a 7+ on task response? Number one thing you need to do, fully respond to the question. Our plan makes sure you have fully responded. You've done exactly what the question asks you to do. That's the number one thing students get wrong. No problem, we've already planned to do it. We've done the thinking. The second point is presents, extends, and supports the main ideas. So we're going to present the advantage, extend our explanation with an example, and support them. So we're going to do the same with the disagree, and then we're going to compare them. And the comparison is going to give more support to your ideas. Okay, you're going to explain why you chose one over the other. Then we have presents a clear position throughout the response. Now, what does this mean? It means that if you step back and look at the whole essay, the position or the way you're explaining things you take is clear all the way through. We discuss an advantage, we discuss a disadvantage, we say one way outweighs the other, then our plan is very, very clear all the way through the essay. And in another video I'll show you how to do introductions, and I'll show you how to do another video with topic sentences and another one for a thesis, and how they relate to the paragraphs. That puts it together as a one answer through the whole essay. It puts it all together. The ideas don't go off, they stay on point. That gets you 7+. Okay, the next thing you have is coherence and cohesion. We have logically organized. Okay, if you're trying to write a paragraph with no plan, the organization is likely going to be poor and you're going to lose marks. and you won't really understand because you'll write it, you give them your essay, and 4 weeks later, whatever it is, 2 weeks later, you get your mark back and you say, why didn't I get my mark? I don't know. I'm telling you, this is one of the major reasons why. So because we logically organize our answer, focusing around the key points, we know that we've answered the question and we know we're going to get the mark we need, because it says logically organized for coherence and cohesion is a 7+. And in your plan, you know it's logically organized. So you're all ready to go. The next thing in coherence and cohesion is a range of cohesive devices. So that is actually pretty simple. If you look at our plan, we know where we can put in however. Let's say after advantages, we can say however to introduce the disadvantages. We can use overall in the very last sentence, or in sum. So a range of cohesive devices fits into our plan. It's all very well organized. Now the last one is a clear central topic. Now if in paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 and the conclusion you have discussed whether or not the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, then you have a clear central topic throughout. If you miss outweigh, or you kind of talk about it a little bit, or you only put one sentence at the end, then you're not having a clear central topic and a clear focus for the essay, and your mark will drop. Okay, so 50% of your mark is right there in the beginning of the essay, making that plan and then sticking to it. So we've seen how to get 50% of our marks in the first 5 minutes of the exam. Now remember, you have 40 minutes to write the paper. 5 minutes of planning still leaves you with 35 minutes. Now to physically write 250 words, if you didn't stop at all, it takes 15 minutes. Only 15 minutes. But where is the time coming? It's coming in organization and planning. If you're trying to do it while you're writing, you end up going off topic, get a lower mark, and actually your grammar suffers as well. So we know how to do it in the first 5 minutes. The next thing we're going to do is take a look at how to do introductions, how to set up this structure that we've looked through. Once you've got that, you're going to be able to write an excellent essay. We're also going to look at grammar in later videos, and we're going to look at how to do conclusions, which don't often get talked about. So subscribe, like the video. I'll put more videos out for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you want to send me your essay, there's an essay checking service. It will tell you, are you doing these things correctly or not? Okay, good luck everyone.